Now, let's go ahead and make our motion path, or our offset path coordinates even more complex, if you will. We're going to capture even more data, which will smooth out our path and also, create a more complex or complicated path. So let's go back to Illustrator, and this time I'll go ahead and select this figure 8, and I'm just using, just in case you're wondering, I'm just using the pencil tool, and I'm having my fidelity set all the way to smooth, and then I'm closing the path when I'm within 15 pixels. So I can just draw a path with my pencil. It should smooth that path out and also connect the path for me. Okay. All right, so we have our path selected. Let's go and copy the path we create. And we'll go back to our text file here. Let me find it. And let's just go ahead and paste our new path. Now, something kind of strange happens here, and you're just going to have to be careful. And what happens is we have a return. Okay, I want to make sure that return goes away. So we're just going to take this space and delete. Now we're making sure I see a 4 right here. So I'm going to make sure that we don't replace that 4. Okay, so I'm going to go one more, and we should be okay. That 4 is still here. And we need to do the same right here. Okay, delete. We're going to make sure the 9 doesn't go away, and we should be okay. Now we're going to select our coordinates inside of the quote marks, and we will copy. Let's go back to our code, and we will paste over the old coordinates like so. And here's the old one. And we will paste. Okay. So now we have this alternate which does our ping pong thing, and we don't want to do that. We want normal. We want our astronaut to follow that circular path. So let's go ahead and just type normal back in. And for the moment, we're going to leave the offset rotate at 0 degrees, which should keep our astronaut facing to the left. Okay. So let's go and update our page. And let's take a look. And you should see your astronaut now following the path. Okay. All right. So astronaut's going a bit slow, a bit fast. So we can slow our animation down, and then let's also look at the offset path. The offset rotate property. So the default is auto, which has the element always facing forward. And then we could go reverse for the element to face backwards. And then you could also set a degree, or you can create combinations also. So let's go ahead and just explore. Right now we're dealing with a degree. I'm setting it to 0, but let's also explore auto and reverse real quickly. So let's go ahead and find our offset rotate, and we will set this to auto, and we will save. And we'll just take a look at our astronaut real quick there. Okay, so the animation had to catch up with itself and smooth out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and update the page, and then we will scroll down, and you'll see now that our astronaut is literally rotating with the curve, okay, with the figure 8, which could be pretty cool. It's not what I want at this particular time, but you could probably create some really cool animations by having your artwork always pointing in the direction of the path. Okay, so let's go back, and what if we set this to reverse? And we will save, and we'll update. And basically, you're just having your artwork go in the other direction. Okay, so let's go back and we will change reverse. Okay, so we're going to change reverse back to 0 degrees. Okay, and let's just experiment with our transform origin. So right now our artwork is centering, okay, on the coordinates. So if we were to change this to top and left, and then save. Okay, and let's go ahead and update, and let's take a look. Okay, so now we're basing our origin on the upper left hand corner. Okay, so I could use those coordinates to just make my astronaut, move one way or another. Okay, and you could use percentages. So if we go back here, you could use percentages. All right, so I could say center, center. We could say 10%, 10%. We could say 25 pixels, 35 pixels. You're just dealing with what is your x-axis and your y-axis. So I'm going to set mine back to center and center. But again, the combination is up to you. It's just really nice to know that you can adjust your animation based off of a particular origin point within the confines of the rectangular shape of your, the outer parameters, the outer border area of your shape, okay, or your artwork. So let's go ahead and save, and we'll refresh our page, and we should be back to our simple figure 8 sort of path. Okay, so using SVG coordinates to create a much more complex and a much smoother motion path for your CSS keyframe animation.